it, Union Sons. We fix your windscreen. You might have a star crack, you have a long crack, a bullseye, chip, combination crack. All of these can be fixed right here. Why change and put on something that does not have the capacity to withstand the pressure and put on a bootleg? Fix what you have. Because that Union Sons bring all of the issues to naught.
Fencing, engraving, signs, banners, posters, billboards. We do it here. AC repairs. Come and check us out. At Union Sons, one place you get everything done. Looking forward to seeing you.
Are you facing challenges in your life? Don't worry, introducing Master Vishnu Psychic and Voodoo Master, here to help you find solutions to all your problems. Whether it's issues in your relationship, negative energy surrounding you, or even business problems, Master Vishnu has 25 years of experience and can provide 100% solution. His expertise in black magic removal, voodoo, witchcraft, demons, dark energy, get ex-love back, husband-wife and relationship issue, psychic reading, palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, and that's not all. If you're longing to reunite with a loved one, he's here to assist you as well. One call can change your life. Call now Master Vishnu at +5 92632 9943. Take the first step towards a brighter future. 2,500 plus satisfied clients, located in all over Georgetown, Guyana.
Play Instacash for your chance to win instant cash. Yep, win up to $1 million on the spot. With many games to choose from at price points of $200, $300, and $500. Instacash is all about instant wins. Tickets are printed right at the lottery terminal. There's no waiting on draws. All games are easy to play and easy to win. There's absolutely no limit to how many games you can play at once. So play Instacash for your chance to win cash on the spot. Remember, a ticket today could make you rich today.
Yeah, tonight go have real vibes. This crowd here go be real nice. Can't find me ticket. I done by the door. Realize I have to pay more. I have to get in because this red not missing me. It's not missing me. I want to go big people party, make the music take over me. I want to jump up all day, all day. I want to wind up all day, all day.
Welcome to Dinner Under the Stars. Indulge in a culinary feast prepared by our talented chefs, featuring locally sourced ingredients and exquisite flavors. Every bite will take you on a culinary journey, from unforgettable starters to delectable desserts. Relax to the soothing sounds of the stylistics and blue magic as the stars twinkle above, creating the perfect ambience for a romantic evening or memorable gathering. Join us for Dinner Under the Stars. Reserve your table today and create memories that will last a lifetime.
Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. GECOM challenge. The Smith-Joseph asks High Court to order verification of the addresses of registrants. Hughes hopeful government addresses shortcomings and failures in Budget 2025 fiscal plan to be presented on January 17. Citizens must benefit from an increase in the income tax threshold in Budget 2025. AFC point person on finance. And Kanu ransacks business and home of Norton Street woman left empty-handed. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Aletha Grant with the Thursday 16th January 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what we will tell you this evening. The Guyana Elections Commission has been hauled before the High Court again. The issue of verification of addresses of registrants is now Once again, in the spotlight, Travis Chase opens this evening's broadcast.
The High Court on Wednesday held the first hearing in a case brought by People's National Congress Reform member Carol Smith-Joseph. Smith-Joseph has asked the High Court to order the Guyana Elections Commission to conduct house-to-house verification of the addresses of registrants, or future elections would not be credible. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal seems befuddled by the filing of the case, arguing that such arguments laid out by Joseph to the court had already been ruled upon when Christopher Ram had challenged the legality of house-to-house registration in August of 2019.
To remove a person from a list or to prevent the registration of a person because that person is not living at a particular fixed place of abode would be unconstitutional.
Smith-Joseph wants the High Court to declare that the National Registration Act requires not only the verification of the existence of addresses claimed, but also that applicants live at or are connected to those addresses. Mr. Nandlal believes that such requests is unconstitutional.
On what basis is there a requirement that you must live at a particular address in order to vote? Just work it out logically in your mind.
Smith-Joseph is represented by Attorney Dexter Todd. Attorney Todd's argument is that the current mode of verification by GECOM sets a dangerous precedent for the future and the public's confidence in the National Register of Registrants, general and regional elections, local government elections, and irreparable damage to the rule of law.
So what the registration officers have been doing is verifying address. But they have not been connecting the registrant to the address. So that has presented a serious problem.
In essence, Smith-Joseph says the amendment to the National Registration Act requires the court's interpretation of the section to authorize the staff of GECOM to verify not only the existence of addresses, but also the connection of the address to the applicant or registrant.
Particularly the Commissioner of Registration is by law obligated to ensure that the register is accurate. The contention of this whole matter is ensuring that GECOM knows and they are reminded that the NRA must always be as accurate as possible.
The case will be heard on the 17th of March 2025 again. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
The first of two extraditions to the United States took place on Wednesday. Home Affairs Minister Robeson-Ben earlier this week made the announcement during a media conference. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
On Monday, during the Ministry of Home Affairs end-of-year press conference, Minister Robeson-Ben revealed that 2 arrests had been made in connection with extradition matters.
Extradition matters are both Guyanese who were overseas and involved in serious criminal matters.
On Thursday, the government of Guyana extradited to the United States of America Permanent Singh, a Guyanese citizen. A statement published by the Ministry of Home Affairs indicated that Singh waived his right to an extradition hearing and agreed to return to the USA to address the judicial proceedings related to a fatal vehicular accident. In September 2024, the government of Guyana received a formal extradition request from the United States government. Acting on this request, Minister of Home Affairs Robeson-Ben directed Chief Magistrate Acting Faith McGusty to initiate the necessary legal proceedings for extradition. Permanent Singh is accused of operating a motor vehicle while his blood alcohol level exceeded the legal limit, impairing his faculties. He allegedly collided with another vehicle, resulting in the death of its sole occupant. Following the accident, Singh sustained injuries and received medical treatment at Broward Health Medical Center in Florida. During his treatment, 2 blood samples were lawfully obtained and analyzed for alcohol or drug content. Laboratory results revealed blood alcohol concentrations of 0.15 grams per deciliter and 0.158 grams per deciliter, both significantly above Florida's legal limit of 0.08 for operating a motor vehicle. Singh's arrest was executed under a warrant issued by Chief Magistrate Acting Faith Magaste. The prosecution team representing the interest of the United States included Ms. Lisa Cave, Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions in the Director of Public Prosecutions Chambers, Ms. Omela Gladstone, Treaty Officer at the Ministry of Home Affairs, and Sergeant Stephen Hines of the Major Crimes Unit, who served as the investigating officer. On January 3, 2025, Singh was taken into custody for extradition by Chief Magistrate Faith Magaste. He remained in custody until his extradition was completed on January 15, 2025. This successful extradition highlights Guyana's dedication to international cooperation and its commitment to ensuring justice transcends borders. The revision of the Guyana's extradition law facilitates efficient legal proceedings for international extradition requests and ensuring compliance with global treaties. Tianoko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The state has failed to prove its case that 2 serving members of the Guyana police force were emotionally distressed following bombshell revelations by their squaddie. Travis Chase has that story.
Cybercrime charges brought against Detective Sergeant Dion Bascom in September of 2022 have been dismissed because the prosecution failed miserably to prove its case. When Dion Bascom appeared before Magistrate Leron Daly in the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Wednesday, his lawyers made a no-case submission. That submission was upheld. In fact, the court found that the prosecution failed to lead any evidence that it was Detective Sergeant Dion Bascom who transmitted the electronic data. Superintendents of Police Mitchell Caesar and Chabinot Singh had leveled the allegations against Bascom. They wanted the court to find that they were emotionally distressed and that Bascom allegedly, on August 13, 2022, used a computer system to transmit electronic data with intent to humiliate and harass them. Bascom, who pled not guilty to the charges, was released on $300,000 bail. In August of 2022, Bascom made bombshell allegations on a live broadcast on Facebook accusing senior ranks within the Guyana police force of corruption, bribery, and the alleged cover-up of the murder investigation of Ricardo Fagundes, who was shot several times on Main Street on March 21, 2021. In light of Bascom's allegations against the senior ranks, the Director of Public Prosecution had advised the police to institute criminal charges against Bascom. Bascom has 2 other cybercrime charges before an East Coast Demerara magistrate, where 2 other serving policemen have told the court that they are emotionally distressed and humiliated because of Bascom's statements. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
This is Nightly News. Stay tuned.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical, empowering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Krishna Roth Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating, machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624, 616-9416, or 619-7880. At Krishna Roth Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
You're watching the HGP Nightly News. Welcome back. Will the government of Guyana indulge ExxonMobil in what appears to be a bid to evade paying the $214 million cost recovery for the period 1999 to 2017? Find out more in this Antonio Day's report.
Oil conglomerate ExxonMobil Ghana is now begging the government of Ghana for more time to review its oil expenditure, totaling $214.4 million covering the period 1999 to 2017. This is despite the government already accepting what it deems the final amount received from the Ghana Revenue Authority in October of 2023. This was determined by UK's audit firm IHS Markit. Permanent Secretary of the Natural Resources Ministry, Jocelyn McKenzie, on Tuesday said that the oil company wrote to GRA requesting an extension to review its claims regarding its 1999 to 2017 audited financial statements.
The Exxon has responded with some additional review to be done. I should mention from the get-go that the audit is being led directly by the Ghana Revenue Authority.
In response to a question posed by Nightly News, Mr. McKenzie said that the government's position regarding the $240 million figure is unchanged. ExxonMobil's Public Relations Department also confirmed that the company has indeed sought an extension to review its claims. Meanwhile, Exxon's second audit totaling $7.4 million, which was undertaken by Vitality Accounting, Haynes and Ramdial and Excasar Financial Consortium in 2022, was also presented to the audit consortium.
The exceptions total $240 million, and there's been no change in that from government standpoint.
The third audit of Exxon's Sabo block expenses, which amounted to $19.6 billion, is also being conducted by local consultants, VHA Consulting and Martindale Consultants, with additional support from petroleum geologists from the Norwegian technical firm IK Makona AS.
In addition to the second audit, the report has been completed and is being presented to Exxon. This is 2018-2020 audit.
According to the ministry's permanent secretary, the 2021 to 2023 audit commenced last year and is expected to be completed by March of this year. The contract to audit Exxon's expenses for the period 2021-2023 was awarded on October 10, 2024 for $312 million. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, is hopeful that the People's Progressive Party civic government will realistically address the failures of Budget 2024 when the 2025 fiscal plan is presented in the National Assembly on Friday. Antonio Day has that story.
Get from the largest ever budget last year. 1. Increased cost of living. 2. Increased crime. 3. Poorer CXC results. Mathematics now 31%.
That was Alliance for Change leader Nigel Hughes evaluating the 2024 budget, which was declared the largest in Ghana's history. Last year's budget totaled 1.146 trillion Ghana dollars, with public infrastructure receiving the largest allocation of $666.2 billion. According to Hughes, the size of the budget is unimportant and believes that there was below par performances across sectors.
Less gold production. 5. More contracts for the family, friends, and favorites.
He also acknowledged that the billions of dollars expended on projects that to date has experienced lengthy delays.
Project delays on almost every project. The bridge, the gas to energy, and those several other projects.
Despite last year's mammoth budget, the AFC leader contends that there has been an increase in poverty, corruption, and theft. Recently, opposition leader Aubrey Norton flagged the government on what he deemed wasted resources on projects that are not beneficial to citizens.
You see towards the end of the year, they're just giving out money because there is a lack of capacity. You see them digging up roads that were properly done to redo them to be able to spend the money. And so the problem is wastage.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Meanwhile, Alliance for Change spokesperson for Finance, Director Finance, is adamant that the income tax threshold must and should reflect a significant increase in this year's national budget. Here again is Antonio Day.
We expect from budget 2025 a significant increase in the income tax threshold, increase in the minimum wage.
That was Alliance for Change spokeswoman on Finance, Director Finance, detailing her party's expectation for this year's national budget. Finance at the party's press briefing Thursday afternoon remarked that when members of the People's Progressive Party Civic occupied the opposition benches, they vowed to significantly increase the minimum wage. Ms. Finance noted that the party is yet to deliver on this promise.
They promised and they pledged that they would significantly increase minimum wage, and we are yet to see those numbers, particularly to match with the rising cost of living.
Finance, who is also a member of parliament, says her party will be paying keen attention to whether there will be an increase in old age pension and a reduction in value-added tax, known as VAT. She also proposed an increase in budgetary allocations for the Guyana Elections Commission.
Increase in the budgeted allocation to GECOM to cater for a more superior system that includes but is not limited to biometrics. I think that it is important that we reiterate this call. We are pressed for time, as 2025 is a year for our expected election.
She contended that the government of the day has done absolutely nothing to address the high cost of living and aiding financial sustainability for the citizens.
The government of the day has done absolutely nothing adequate when it comes to making sure that the lesser fortunate of Guyana are actually included in the developmental plans for the government. We continue to see the haves and the have-nots and the disparity being larger. We call on the government of the day to look at measures to make sure that all Guyanese benefit equitably from the distribution of the oil resources.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We have more news for you on the other side of this break. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
In today's fast-paced world of modern finance, with its many options and opportunities, you will need good advice and help getting value for your money. Hand-in-Hand Trust is the way to go. From owning your own home or business with our residential and commercial mortgages to drive a new car with a vehicle loan, we'll help you realize your dreams. You can also access investment deposit accounts, share brokerage services, personal trust, thrift and pension plan trusteeship, property management, investment portfolio management, safe deposit boxes, the convenience of our Cambio, Western Union, and Bill Express services. Hand-in-Hand Trust for financial services and more. Helping you get the most out of your financial resources and your life.
You with the HGP Nightly News as we continue. Residents of Independence Bolivar in La Penitence, Georgetown, who were unable to easily access their homes may soon get some relief. Mayor of the city of Georgetown, Alfred Mentor, has confirmed that engineers overseeing the project are in discussion with the city council. Carice Gonzalez has been following that story.
In an update to frustrated residents of Independence Boulevard, La Penitence, Georgetown, Mayor Alfred Mentor informed this newscast that the engineer from the Ministry of Public Works, who is in charge of the construction, has been engaging with the city council. He assured that solutions are being developed and progress is underway.
What he did indicate to me
is that the adjustment based on the part where that person not be able to go into their property, driving into it, that has been something that they have agreed to between himself as an engineer as well as the engineer from the ministry.
On Monday, it was reported that residents expressed concerns over a newly constructed facility obstructing access to their homes and businesses. They argue that while the building benefits youths in their community, its construction is severely impacting their daily lives by blocking their passageway and leaving them in a standstill situation.
And they're working to be able to find other solutions in relation to the other aspect of it, where the senior citizen person at the back of it must have her access and must be able to deal with her, get to her property. And I think that is being worked on as we speak. He will report back to me on this, and I will report to the full council on this matter by Monday.
This newscast later learned that residents had been granted temporary permission by former Mayor Ubaj Narain to occupy the area while the roadworks were being carried out. However, with the completion of the new facility, residents now find themselves facing continued challenges accessing their homes. While residents express support for development in the area, their main concern is the poor handling of the situation. They argue that the disruption to their daily lives could have been avoided with more thoughtful planning and consideration. I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
In a strong show of unity, the CARICOM Caucus of Ambassadors at the Organization of American States, OAS, has unanimously endorsed Suriname's Foreign Affairs Minister, Albert Ramden, as CARICOM's candidate for Secretary General of the OAS at the upcoming elections set for March 10, 2025. Tiana Cole has the details.
This endorsement represents a pivotal moment for the Caribbean, as no Secretary General has ever hailed from the region, despite CARICOM comprising 44% of the OAS membership. As Suriname's Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Business and International Cooperation, Minister Ramden has demonstrated exceptional leadership in addressing the pressing issues of governance, development, human rights, democracy, and security across the Western Hemisphere. His extensive experience navigating the complex realities faced by governments in Latin America and the Caribbean uniquely positions him to lead the OAS during this critical juncture. Minister Ramden is committed to reforming the OAS in collaboration with its member states, tackling financial and administrative challenges, and ensuring the organization remains relevant and impactful. CARICOM Caucus believes Minister Ramden's election would not only mark historic recognition of the Caribbean's contributions, but also bring visionary leadership, diplomatic expertise, and a renewed sense of purpose to the OAS. They urge all OAS member states to support his candidacy, asserting that his leadership would strengthen the organization and benefit the entire Western Hemisphere. Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
What should have been an intelligence-led operation conducted by officers of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit Kanu on Monday at a property of a Norton Street Lodge businesswoman unearthed nothing. More details from Daisy Richards.
Officers of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit Kanu conducted an early Thursday morning raid on the home and business of Patricia Softly, who resides in Norton Street Lodge. The businesswoman said at the time of the raid she was resting in her business establishment when Kanu officers descended on her property.
I said, no, this thing don't happen like that. We got to see paperwork. Kanu don't deal with paperwork. We hear that he sell illegal substance because looking for gun and narcotics.
Softly said after complying with the officers' demands, they decided to continue to search her home.
When I go upstairs, I start harassing my mother and my sister. And my sister, she don't take nothing easy. She start rowing back. I said, man, why you come for? Are you come with a warrant? You don't deal with warrant.
The woman said she has never had any brushes with the law, but she indicated that her brother, on the other hand, had issues with law enforcement. He does not reside at the property. She is now disturbed with the way she was treated by the CANU officers.
As to know that the Haze is a business place. People, I run a shop. And me things I pack up and stuff because I don't really able with the packing in and packing outside, packing bags and tie-ups. All of that tumble up.
The woman recalled officers leaving empty-handed but left her property in total chaos. Sources familiar with the investigation corroborated the businesswoman's claim that no illegal substance was discovered. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Stay tuned for regional news.
GECOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you were 18 years or over on December 31, 2024, and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Wednesday, January 15, 2025 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GECOM on 2250-278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
It's a new day with Shilling Oil. A unique blend of natural oils to help ease and soothe the day-to-day discomforts of life. Get relief from muscle and joint pain, headaches, and congestion. Shilling Oil lets you get back to the things you love doing most. What a relief with Shilling Oil. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGP TV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGP TV today. HGP TV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. Cuba on Wednesday began releasing prisoners jailed following anti-government protests in 2021, making good on a deal agreed with the Biden administration this week. Outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden on Tuesday removed Cuba from a blacklist of nations that sponsors terrorism and rolled back a raft of sanctions implemented by Donald Trump during his first presidency that have contributed to the island's worst economic crisis in decades. Hours after the U.S. announcement, Cuba President Miguel Diaz-Canel said Cuba would gradually release 553 prisoners from its jails following talks with the Vatican. In the July 2021 protests, the biggest since Fidel Castro's 1959 revolution, thousands took to the streets in towns and cities across the island, many protesting shortages of food, medicine, and electricity as COVID-19 cases soared. Rights groups say at least 1,000 people were arrested after the demonstrations. Cuba said those jailed committed crimes ranging from arson to vandalism and sedition. Retired Justice Seymour Panton, the chairman of the Integrity Commission, IC, has scolded Justice Minister Delroy Chuck for advising his parliamentary colleagues not to comply with a critical provision in the IC Act that requires them to furnish information about their spouse's earnings to the anti-corruption body. In a sharp rebuke of the senior government minister and the lawmaker yesterday, Panton said for Chuck to advise his colleagues to break the law, quote-unquote, may well be itself an offense. The IC chairman reminded the country that the IC Act, which was passed by parliamentarians including the Justice Minister, provides for certain declarations to be made by parliamentarians and public officers. He said, a failure to do so carries penalties of fines or imprisonment. Section 39 of the IC Act states that, quote-unquote, subject to the provisions of the Act, every person who, on or after the appointment day, is a parliamentarian or public official, shall submit to the Director of Information and Complaints a statutory declaration of its assets and liabilities and its income in the form set out in the third schedule. Israel and Hamas have agreed a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal following 15 months of war, mediators Qatar and the USA. Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani said the agreement would come into effect on Sunday, so long as it was approved by the Israeli cabinet. U.S. President Joe Biden said it would halt the fighting in Gaza, surge much-needed humanitarian assistance to the Palestinian civilians, and reunite the hostages with their families. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the deal's final details were still being worked on, but he thanked the Biden administration for promoting it. Many Palestinians and Israeli hostages' families celebrated the news, but there was no let-up in the war on the ground in Gaza. The Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency reported Israeli airstrike killed more than 20 people following the Qatari announcement. They included 12 people who were living in a residential block in the Sheikh Radwan neighborhood of Gaza City, it said. There was no immediate command from the Israeli military. More than 46,700 people have been killed in Gaza since then. Most of the 2.3 million population has also been displaced. There is widespread destruction, and there are severe shortages of food, fuel, medicine, and shelter due to a struggle to get aid to those in need. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
GECOM challenged. Smith Joseph asks High Court to order verification of the addresses of registrants. Hughes hopeful government addresses shortcomings and failures in Budget 2025 fiscal plan to be presented on January 17. Citizens must benefit from an increase in the income tax threshold in Budget 2025. AFC point person on finance. And Kanu ransacks business and home of Norton Street woman.